What's up? It's Tom. Let's talk about that Dodger game from last night and specifically hone in on some of Joe Ryan and sort of the standings and just kind of get some Twins talk in here since last night's system recap really focused on the minor leagues with the Cedar Rapids Colonels playing that awesome game at the Field of Dreams Stadium in Iowa there. But Joe Ryan, what's up with Joe Ryan? What's happening? I mean, isn't it obvious, right? The guy's he's pitching past his bedtime. That's what's going on. You had the bad game in San Diego, has the bad game at the Dodgers. You just can't start this guy out west. It's too late for him. He needs a nap. No, it's, I think the biggest thing is just the Dodgers are amazing. They have the best record in baseball. They're on pace for 113 wins this year. Not to say that Joe Ryan is just completely hopeless against that Dodger lineup. But that's a great team. One of the things I did notice taking a look through some of the Baseball Savant data, it surprised me that it just always surprises me, I guess, that Joe Ryan throws as many fastballs as he does. I threw 67% fastballs even against this really great Dodger lineup. But he was throwing plenty of strikes still. Also, 67% of his pitches were strikes. So that kind of led me to look at where the secondary is looking like. Really, all of his pitches got knocked around a little bit, but he was throwing his slider, according to Baseball Savant. I don't know if maybe they misclassified a fastball or anything, but they have his slider as 2.5 miles per hour faster than usual last night. So I don't know if he was overthrowing that pitch. And usually we would think, well, more velo is good, right? It reduces the batter's reaction time. That's certainly something, but it also reduces the break and changes the shape of that pitch. So I don't know if that's something they're intentionally trying to work on with him, or if that was, again, if he was just overthrowing that pitch, if it was unintentional. But that can affect command. If you're, expecting your slider to have a certain shape that it usually has, but you're throwing it harder than usual, it doesn't have that same shape. Obviously, your aim is going to be a little bit different there. Something that I noticed. He's going to be better for this, Joe Ryan. It wasn't a good outing for him, but he stayed out there. He threw 110 pitches or whatever it was. So, this is good for him. You got to remember too. This is a rookie. He's made something like 25 big league starts. So keep that in mind. And a lot of times guys come into the league and pitch really well, and then once they've been around a little bit, there's some data on them. The scouting reports get beefed up a little bit. They do hit kind of a period where they're trying to counter adjust, basically. Once teams know what they're up to, make their adjustment, you've got to counter adjust, and that can be easier said than done for a lot of guys. I don't think we should be too broken up about the Twins losing on the road to a great Dodger team. Again, the team with the best record in all of baseball. But certainly the after effect, the next morning hangover, is looking at the standings and seeing that the Twins are now tied with Cleveland for first place in the AL Central, with the Chicago White Sox only a game and a half behind. No offense to Cleveland. We know from the entire Terry Francona era, really, in Cleveland, that this is not an organization that you want to count out. However good that they look on paper, however good you feel they are, they always seem to overachieve. But I'm more scared of the Chicago White Sox, to be honest. A team that is massively underachieving this year, in my opinion. They have the easiest schedule in baseball in the second half, and if that team gets hot, it's going to be real tough. But so both of these teams that the Twins are fighting, and they have been all season. We can't totally dismiss them, but there's still so much of the season left. The next month, really, for the Twins is pretty stiff, especially when compared to their two in-division rivals here. So I think it's going to be a tough month here. But then after that, it's a little bit lighter. Basically, the Twins' last about month or so of the schedule is lighter. There's a lot of head-to-head matchups here. I think as long as things stay close, it's going to get decided at the end of the year, at the final month of the season, where there's a lot of head-to-head games, particularly between the Twins and Cleveland. It'll be a fight to the finish. And I've been kind of talking smack about the AL Central. I think, as deserved, calling it the Turd Derby, because none of these teams are really great. And you look around baseball, there's some divisions that have 3, 4, 5 really good teams in some of these divisions. But this might not be bad. The Twins, we want the Twins to win the division, but them having a tougher schedule might not be bad. We want things to be easy. We don't want things to be stressful, but having a closer division, having a tight race might not be bad. this may kind of shape these, whatever team makes it out of the AL Central might have kind of an edge to it because they are going to have to fight for the next 2 months. Every game is big, every game is meaningful, and some of these other teams can kind of just put it in cruise control and then try to amp that up come October. Anyway, thanks for checking this out. We'll talk again soon.